your thoughts on where you feel you guys are as a team right now. And talking to Holtman after the Nebraska game, he said you guys were soft and that things weren't you didn't have enough toughness in some of those moments when you really needed it, and that game kind of got away from you. Feels like that could kind of go one of two ways at this part of the season with another road game on tap. Like, where do you think you guys are as a team right now as you try to build an NCAA tournament resume?
Yeah, I think there's still a lot of things we have to learn and a lot of things that we have to do in order to grow. And I think that's just the biggest thing for us is that we have to grow and we have to continue to learn. And with that, we have to stay present in the moment, not worried about what's happened in the past. And from the past, I always talk about it, but we just got to learn. And with that, like you talked about physicality, I think that is a big aspect of it. But I think that's more of a mentality thing that we have to change as a team and individuals. The coaches can talk to us about certain things, but as a group, as a collective, we have to come together and you know, bring forth change. And I think we're hungry, and I think that's what I really love about this group. Regardless of outcomes, regardless of wins, losses, we're still hungry and we still want to win. And I think we just have another opportunity with Northwestern, a team who just beat another top 10 team at home. It's a tough place to play, but going into it's another challenge. It's another opportunity for us to, like you said, build a tournament resume.
When we were just talking to Coach Bailey, he said how it's okay to go through adversity and have moments, but you got to come out of it, learn from it, and get better at it.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think this team is as far as learning, like is just doing that, whether it's in a game or after a game, going through a stretch of tough play or maybe a stretch where you're not scoring, but not letting that impact you further.
Yeah, I think we have a bunch of guys who, obviously want to win and want to improve and want to get better. And I think that's the biggest thing is you can't let, these moments impact you. They have to impact you in a positive light in the fact that you have to learn from it, like we said. And with that, like I said, we just have a group of guys who are hungry and who want to win, who want to go out here and, learn every day, work every day. And I think it was evident in practice yesterday, the way we came out, the way we responded, and then another good practice today that we have to have. So, we're ready, we're hungry, we're just thankful for that we have another opportunity just to go out here and play another good team.
All right, we'll go Andy Anders and then Patrick Murphy. Andy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're not going to hit five threes every game, but these last three games, it seems like teams have done more to try and take that part of your game away. Just what have you seen out there that they've done to try and counteract you, and then what are you trying to do kind of in response to that?
Yeah, I think it's a lot more running me off the line, not giving me as many open shots, but in the end, I'm just playing my game and trying to help the team win. And with that, I'm going to take the opportunities when I have an open shot, and if not, what can I do off the bounce? What can I do to create for others? What can I do to help this team win? What can I do to defend? There's a lot of things that, I still can do regardless if I'm making shots or not, or if my shot's being taken away. And I think it's just staying with that and understanding that you have to have an impact on the game in all aspects in order to be such a good player.
All right, we'll go Patrick Murphy, then Andy back from Patrick.
Jamison, you touched on it a little bit to Adam's question, but the mental hurdles you guys have dealt with this year, be it shooting, be it closing out games. Now there's a lot of talk about struggles on the road. How have you seen some of the young guys, and I include that sophomore class, kind of battle through this stuff, and how have you, as a guy who's been through all this plenty of times, worked with some of those guys?
Yeah, I think it's the mentality of just keep showing up and keep working because in the end, if you work hard and you continue with what has worked in the past and you continue to just keep getting better, there's no reason why you shouldn't be confident. And there's no reason why you shouldn't have that feeling that we can't go out here and do things that we haven't done in the past just because you're improving, you're working on it. And I think with that, I've had the experience. I've had 4 years. I've seen a lot of different things. It's just I've tried to give my 2 cents in the fact that, let the past be the past and just move from it and just continue to work and continue to get better. Because in the end, if you do that and stay consistent with that, results will take care of themselves.
And I think from the outside, you guys beat Penn State, but then you lose like you did at Nebraska. So it looks like one step forward, two steps back. But are you seeing that progress that you need to see to continue to have faith that this can go in the right direction?
Yeah, I am, and I think it's the thing about the Big Ten. It's obviously so hard to win on the road, and there's little margin for error. And I think we've understand that. We've known that in our road games that we've played. So it's just about eliminating those small details. I think we talk about it a lot. Eliminating those small details that we mess up on, and making sure that big picture wise we're shirt up on the details. We're shirt up on things that we need to do to make sure that we win games. And like I said, it's just another opportunity for us to go on the road against Northwestern, a probably perennial top 25 team now after this week. So, we'll see what happens, but I'm pretty confident in the guys. I'm pretty confident in what we have in our locker room, and I know everyone else is just as confident as well.
I will go Andy Backstrom, then Patrick Ingles. Andy.
Hey, Jamison. Coach Bailey was just talking about the importance of defending the three-point line. How are you seeing that show up in practice recently?
Yeah, I think it's just the emphasis on keeping a hand up, running guys off the line, and understanding that these last 5 games we haven't done that as well. If you look at the first 14 games, the way we were defending the three-point line, we were one of the best teams in the country at doing that. In these last 5 games, we've kind of slid off on that, and I think that's what I talked about, those small little details, making sure we have a stick hand up, making sure we know what the scouting report is, making sure we know which guys can shoot, which guys cannot shoot, and just being there on the catch. And I think that's something that we've emphasized in practice, and I think that's something that we've emphasized in film as well.
All right, we go with Patrick Ingles and then Noah Weisskopf. Patrick.
Yeah, hey Jamison. So obviously Northwestern, basically their scoring starts with Bo Buie. So it looks like the last 2 years he played against him. So what really stands out to you about his game, and what kind of makes him such a effective scorer and playmaker?
Yeah, it's not even the scoring for me. It's just what he does off the ball, not off the ball, what he does with the ball to get others open. I think that's what you have in a point guard of with Boo Buie, and obviously what he can do scoring wise. I think he's averaging 18 a game as well. So what he's done in the Big Ten over these past 3 years, taking Northwestern to the tournament last year, and then obviously having a good year this year. I mean, he's the head of the snake in that he leads this team. He makes them go offensively, defensively, creating. He's the guy with the ball in his hands the majority of the time, and he's a special player. But I think with that, we have just as good a guards as well with Roddy and Bruce, and who are ready for the challenge of facing such a good point guard like this, and honestly striving to get to that level that he's had this year. And I think, with that, they'll be up for the challenge, which I'm excited to see.
You mentioned how hard it is to win on the road, especially in the Big Ten. What is it that makes it so tough specifically? And then how does your experience help you personally, to get over the hump on the road?
Yeah, I think I talked about it. I alluded to it earlier, just the fact that the margin for error is so slim. You see the Big Ten last year. This year, it's, you got a lot of teams who are clumped together and who are packed together where talent-wise, a lot of teams are equal. So it's just having that edge on the road. But I think it's a mentality thing, too, to get over that hump and understanding that, it's a road game. But, you only have the team with you. There may be a few fans there for you, but it's only you guys and it's only the team. So it's just about staying mentally cut in, staying locked in, focusing on those little things that really do matter, and just collectively coming together and doing something on the road away from home that, we all want to do, which is win.
All right, and we'll finish up with Adam. Go ahead, Adam.
Jamison, you mentioned a few moments ago about practice yesterday. I just wonder what the tenor of that practice was like, and how you guys tried to attack that day coming off of obviously a disappointing and tough loss.
Yeah, I think it's just mentality. Like I said, I'm not going to go too far into details about it, but, we just had a different jump. We had a different life to us about it, just knowing that there's another opportunity to go out here and respond. That's the beauty of the Big Ten. There's no off days, and you got another good team coming, and we have, endless opportunities just to go out here. There's still 12 games left, 11 games left for us to go out here and make a run that we all are capable of making. We all believe we can make.
And you had said earlier as well, like, being focused on the here and now and not looking too far ahead and things like that. And when you were asked about NCAA tournament and things like that, that was obviously a big part of your reason to come to Ohio State, was an opportunity to go play March Madness for the first time. What sense do you feel as you get to the midpoint of the Big Ten? Are you feeling any sense of urgency there of opportunities lost, or, having confidence in the future, but also recognizing that, like, there is work to be done if you want to get to that goal?
Yeah, there's obviously going to be work to be done. There's obviously a sense of urgency, but with that sense of urgency, it can't be forced. It can't be pressed. And for me to think that this team is not capable of making an NCAA tournament team, I think is very ignorant, just because of the talent that we have. And I think for us, in the end, we have more than needed. We have more than needed to make a run. It's just about now making sure that, we're doing those things that good teams do, and we're doing those things that teams who have made the tournament in the past, emulate. And I think we have that. It's just step by step, and like you said, not focusing too much in the future. And I'm not worried about that, just because we got a game against Northwestern here Saturday, tomorrow. So if I'm worried about the NCAA tournament, I'm not worried about this game at hand that is going to help us make the NCAA tournament. So it's just stuff like that where you have to switch mentality, and you have to focus on, like, the here and the now.
Thanks, Jamison. Appreciate it.
Yep.
JMO, thanks, man. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
appreciate you guys.
Thanks,
Thank you,
James.
Jamison.
Thanks, Jameson. Yep.
Later.
All right.